Hi everyone, I'm Zalia Akmaliza. You guys can call me Zalia, and I have some thoughts that has been sitting in my head for quite some time actually, and I just want to let it out here like a small diary. I just want to say that I realized recently that I am actually an observer. So what does that mean? Is what that mean is that um, when it comes to when it comes to social setting, I'm very much of an observer. Like I don't talk when it comes to like gathering around in public. I'm the type of person that loves to talk like one to one, like privately. I love to have like some sort of conversation with people alone because I feel like it's easier for me to engage with them. In that sense, it's easier for me to like understand or like getting to know them deeply, and also trying to understand what's going on in their life and also their head, what's their opinion on certain matters and stuff like that. And then I realized that, because when it comes to me being in a social setting or in a group setting, I'm saying as in like lunch or dinner or whatever, for work or like a meeting, I will be the person that will be the most quiet one. And I think people would kind of assume me as, I don't know, like maybe I'm just not friendly, or it's just hard to get through me because I don't speak a lot. But um, to be honest, a little part of me was actually is just socially awkward. But major, the majority part of me when I was quiet, I was actually observing people, and I just like to see how people interact with each other. So, and also, you know, as I observe, then I realize something. There are so many occasions of, number one is how people interact with me. Number two is how people interact with each other. Number three, little tiny behavior or little tiny cues that I notice that people do when either they're trying to avoid something or avoid trying to talk to somebody or trying to just not engage in that conversation or stuff like that. And I also often notice, because I observe so much, like I'm so quiet that I notice who's not present in that table, like yeah, on that table, like who's not present in the group. So while a lot of people are engaging with each other, I would be the person that notice someone is missing, and I would be, I will be quiet for a bit because like I love to see who would like to, I would like to see who noticed it first. And I don't know, like there's a couple of times that nobody actually mentioned anything about this person being missing in the group. So I will be the person that raised the concern. But usually I wouldn't like talk about it outwardly like to the group, because there's one thing I also notice that whenever I try to talk to the group, I get ignored. Or maybe it's because my voice is not loud enough. I would try to just like tell myself that my voice is just not loud enough, or maybe people just, they're just not used to like speaking to me. Like they're probably feeling awkward and stuff like that, to talk to me because I don't speak. But when I try to discuss or something, I do notice that some people would like ignore me or so. I don't know. Maybe it's just me, but I mean I notice that cues. I notice the way they would act. I see that. Um, yeah. Anyways, so when someone is like missing in a group, and I notice that, I will go to the person that I'm most comfortable with, and usually it's the person that sit right next to me, and I would like mention like, hey, where's this person? They're not here yet, you know, and that person will, raise the concern and tell everyone in the group, asking about this person's presence, and somebody would answer and stuff like that. So in a way I feel kind of contributed or like be because I feel like I'm part of the group, like I'm being involved in that. Yeah, because I know that whenever I'm trying to talk in a group, it's either people don't hear me. I don't know, I would assume that people just did not hear me, couldn't hear me, like they cannot hear me because my voice is just very low when it comes to like speaking, because I don't like to raise my voice. I don't like to like speak loud because it's just hard for me to do that, and I just like to chill, like speaking in a very chill manner. So I think because of that, it's kind of different when I'm in person, like one to one, like privately with this person, versus when I'm with this person in a group. My behaviors tend to just like be different, because privately I'll be an outgoing person, like I can talk, I can make jokes, I can make people laugh. But when it comes to in a group, I'll be the quietest human being ever, and I will not talk. Also because I'm shy, kinda, but not really, to be honest. It's just sometimes I will not talk until people talk to me, or like I will try to make conversations. There are many instances that I actually try to talk and make conversation, but like I mentioned, it's either I think they did not hear me or something, so I kind of just get dismissed. I notice this a lot, and I'm talking like generally, as in like in any group, I notice that. So yeah, I don't know if this is something that has been going on in my mind. Yeah, so I observe a lot. Number one, I observe how people, when I'm so quiet in a like a group setting, I notice how people act around me when I try to talk. It's either recently, I think I saw how people kind of avoid eye contacts with me, because when I'm speaking with someone, I like to see them like eye to eye. I like to have this eye contact, because that's how you interact, in my opinion. Because sometimes I would like, like kind of avoid someone's eye contact, but I would love to, like, when I speak to you, look at me directly in the eye, because I'm speaking to you and I'm trying to talk to you. So if you don't look at me in the eye, I would assume that you don't want to talk to me. So I noticed that. I mean, recently I've seen that people did that to me, and that's when I get the hint that, oh, maybe this person is either not comfortable with me, or maybe they just don't want to talk to me because I'm not really much an outgoing person or something like that. But honestly, in private, I would like to think that I am actually kind of different in private. So yeah, that's what's been going on in my head. And also, secondly, I would notice how people would interact with each other in a group setting, like how this person would talk to another person. Sometimes I would think that they are speaking to each other kind of rudely, or they have some sort of passive aggressiveness. Other times I would, like, observe and then see like how comfortable they are to make such very, jokes that are gonna get you cancelled and stuff like that. So I noticed that a lot, and yeah, that's one thing about me that I have been thinking about. See, because I observe the things that are going on around me, I ended up observing myself, and then realizing that, hey, I am I have been so quiet to the point that I'm observing too much, or I am observing and also analyzing a lot of things, including myself. So yeah. So being quiet in like a group setting, or like social events or social settings, honestly, I think it's like some sort of a surviving skill for me. I don't know, to just like get to know the situation. I'm reading the situation, basically. I'm just like reading what's going on, what's happening around me, how the interaction is gonna be, so that I can somewhat mold myself into that situation. So yeah, it happens a lot to me when it comes to like attending social events and stuff like that. And I mean, I'm working, so in like a working situation, I know how important it is for you to just like network, and like for you to network and meet all these people, you kind of have to talk. You kind of have to just go out there, go out of your comfort zone and just strike a hello. But to be honest, that's actually like a struggle for me, because I love to just like watch from afar like what's going on, or if I feel like the environment is just like not it for me, I will just like zone out and be in my own thoughts. Like maybe I'm scrolling my phone or just thinking about other things, or maybe talking to Chat GPT and stuff like that. So yeah, that's one thing that I also notice about myself. There's one note where I'm saying like when it comes to like group settings, uh, because I don't usually speak or like making too much conversation with a lot of people. I usually make conversations with the people that are closest to me, but I tend to sit next to someone that's like that, who's like I very comfortable with, someone that I am familiar with, so like I can quickly just try to find any interest or like conversation that I can just grasp and talk to them for hours and stuff like that. Yeah, and sometimes when I try going outwardly, like trying to just like be out of my comfort zone and talk in the group and just try to like, hey, give it a bit of my opinions, or just trying to like give some ideas of facts like that, I get ignored. I notice it's either number one, I get ignored, or number two, I think I just think that they're not comfortable, or maybe they just did not notice me speaking. But sometimes when I observe even more, they actually notice it, because they will make a remark right after, but they just refuse to just not. I know, in my point of view, they just don't want to acknowledge it, me or something. But I don't know. Maybe that's just me being self-aware, I think, and that's the whole point of this, because I'm very self-aware. Like quietly, I'm just a very self-aware. Like I'm aware of my surroundings and the people around me. Hence why I tend to be like a very quiet and shy person. Like I don't dare to like talk so much. So yeah, that's me in like social setting. But there's no like, it's not that I'm trying to be cold or like I don't want to talk to you or anything. I am just number one shy, secondly socially awkward, and number three, trying to adjust to the situation. And to be honest, when people come to me and talk to me privately, I am a lively and outgoing person. Like I can talk so much, like I am right now. I can talk a lot, like I can ramble so much, to the point that I don't even know what this topic is all about anymore. Like yeah, so that's just who I am. And then this kind of this thought has been sitting in my brain for like a long time, that I actually journaled it, and that's why I'm just putting it in a video to, you know, just trying to get my thoughts out there. I think that me making this video is also kind of relatable to some people. Let me know if you guys are also like me, who are, you know, you're not really like, how do I say it, recognizable in a group setting, but you're very, like you shine privately, not in a social or group setting. Like you are more of yourself, like you can talk and put out your opinion and everything. You feel safer when you're like alone with one person. If you are the type of person that's like more comfortable speaking privately rather than in a group setting, let me know about your thoughts, because I really want to know how other people would perceive this as. And are you also a very self-aware person like me, or you're just, you know, you just take it as it is and be like, oh, it's fine, I don't want people to talk to me anyways, you know. Sometimes I would think that way. I would be like, you know what, it's fine. If no one talks to me, I'm fine. I have my food, I have my drinks, and I love it. I love it. I don't have to like socialize, and I can just like finish this and go home. But other times I do want to. It's just, I don't know how to really get in there. Like try to get that attention. Do you know what I mean? That's just one of the things that I'm thinking about. It's very short thoughts. I actually wrote it like 3 pages long, and but like I can't really I think I put it so much on this paper that I basically have told everything on my in my journal. But yeah, that's one of the things that I am curious about, and I just would like to just let it out my chest in my head, and I want to know if people observe the way they observe. I think I've read somewhere that this type of behavior is kind of like a surviving skill based on past trauma or something like that. So maybe it is, just me trying to fit myself in a situation by analyzing the situation first and whether I'm safe enough to speak or something like that. Yeah, I really think so. Yeah. So I don't know. Like to be honest, I'm scared that people might think that I am a person that's not friendly or not outgoing because I don't speak a lot and I don't try to like mingle or communicate so much when it comes to group settings. But honestly, not really, because to be honest, I just enjoy the vibe of being alone, and I do enjoy being quiet. And to be honest, when I'm one to one with, well, like when I'm together with one person, I also don't know how to make conversation, but I try. I always try, and yeah, eventually it will flow, because I understand like you just have to like pick any subjects and it will flow eventually. There will always be some kind of things that connects, and sometimes you just have to ramble. You just ramble, and you will get to that point where both of you will agree to a topic and we will elaborate to that. Yeah, one to one is much more easier to navigate the situation, to talk, you know um that's what I think. When it comes to like group setting, unless it's a group that I am very comfortable with, where I can actually let out my thoughts, I would not be super chatty. I won't be chatty. I'm very like quiet and private and stuff like that. If there's anyone is struggling or dealing with the same thing as me, who's like observing or like sometimes getting ignored in a group setting, or as I put it, like not being noticed in a group setting, or not being acknowledged in a conversation or something, how would you react to that? And also, mm, like, how do you cope with that? Let me know, and thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys on the next ramble topic. Honestly, I have so many thoughts, and I will come back with like new topics or new self-awareness thing that I notice about myself, and it might be also helpful and relatable to any other people. So yeah, bye.